Hi, this is Rodney Walker with Grant Center USA, Grant Writers Association. Do I have something special for you? Yes, it's this special interview with Olga Dela Cruz. Now let me tell you, Olga was a program officer for two foundations, and she brought to the table a wealth of knowledge and insight that was unparalleled. And I believe that if you get a chance to listen to this webinar, you're going to find some useful information that's going to help you to navigate in your grant writing process a whole lot better. I kind of call this Confessions of a Program Officer. Now, just in case you don't know, a program officer is someone that typically works for a foundation that represents the foundation and shares insight for funding opportunities with those that are seeking funds, and also kind of advocates on their behalf. And Olga was the one that was helping to issue out the money for the foundations that she was working with. And she goes into detail about how that works. The fact that she worked for a couple of different types of foundation, she's able to bring a few different perspectives, and that's really helpful. When I was first starting out with grant writing, what was most valuable for me was getting a chance to hear from the ones that were actually giving out the money. And Olga has served in that role, and she shares some valuable insight, some things that you may not think as it relates to grant writing that she knows about. And if you're wise and really savvy, you're able to take that insight and use it to give yourself a competitive advantage in your grant writing and your grant seeking efforts. I love this interview because she shared some things about funders and the way that funders like to receive things, and some of the quirks that you just don't always hear. You can read a lot of textbooks, that's good. I believe that there's great value in reading textbooks, but there's nothing like hearing from the ones that are actually on the ends of giving the monies out. When I was actually learning grant writing myself as a student, the thing that was the most valuable was when we had an opportunity to meet with one of the funders that came to our classroom and shared some information. Now, maybe you're not in that situation where you can have that happen, but the beautiful thing is I'm going to actually allow Olga to come to you through this training, and you get a chance to hear the interview that I had with her, where I asked several very important questions, some of the questions that you may currently have about actually what it takes to be successful in the grant writing efforts. I was also amazed at what type of conversation funders have, because I asked her in regards to funders, do they communicate with one another in regards to applicants, and that was very insightful as well. That's something that you will get a chance to glean from in this interview. You'll get a chance to hear why you don't want to pigeonhole all funders into one category and what she had to say about that. And you will glean some insight from her about some of the do's and don'ts that you want to avoid when you are doing in your grant seeking efforts. I think you're going to find great use in this, and I believe that if you take this information in this interview, that it's going to help you to be better with your grant writing efforts. Now, when you get this resource, you're going to gain the benefit of having some colorful handouts, slides that you're going to be able to take your notes on as you see displayed in the on the particular page right now that you're looking at with this video. You will also get an opportunity to download this information. It's going to already be in your library, but if you'd like to keep it, you'll be able to download it and listen to it again and again. You know, some resources like this one is the type of resource that you would want to come back to and listen to often as you're applying to different funders, just to keep it at the forefront of your mind about what things you should do and what things you should avoid. There's some things that you want to listen to over and over again to make sure that you do more of, and then that you avoid doing. And this interview is going to share some of that insight so that you can continuously use it to your advantage to secure more funding. I always tell students, you never know what one nugget might be said that will provide the key to open up additional funding. And if you just get one nugget, I promise you, you're going to get more than one nugget. But if you just get one nugget, it's well worth it. And I believe that you will find this to be of great value. The interview that I had with her lasted for about 42 minutes. Yes, 42 minutes of valuable insight. And after the interview, I'm going to come back and I'm going to highlight a few things that she said so that you can make sure that you underscore those things. So you have literally about 48 minutes of great, valuable insight that you will get from a funder in this dynamic interview. So order right now and let the learning begin so that you can go and get funded. All the best. Order now. Take care.